Hey, yo. What up, everyone?
Welcome
It's your boy
Binks.
Binks.
If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Excited to be here today.
We're gonna play some games. We're gonna clap some cheeks.
Playing
Now
some
be a good
dang old
chatter
Marvel
and
Snap.
Don't be a piece.
What up, Band King? Welcome in.
Binks, 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 Binks.
Let's go. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday here today. Excited to be here, locked in.
I hope you like the vibe, Binks,
We're gonna have some fun today. Yes, we are.
Binks, Binks. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe.
Yes, we freaking are.
Welcome to the stream.
What up, Nate? How are you? What's up, Mythweaver? What's up, Brigby, JD, Hartley? Happy Wednesday to you and yours as well, you
now
piece.
Be a good chatter and don't be a piece. Binks, 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 and don't be a piece.
Very lazy today? Aren't you retired? Aren't you lazy every day? Isn't that how it works?
I hope you like the vibe, Binks, 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 Binks. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe, Binks.
Today is a day. That's a good point.
Binks,
It is a day, indubitably.
Binks,
No lies detected there.
Binks, Binks, Binks. I hope you like the vibe, Binks, Binks. Like and subscribe, Binks, Binks. I hope you like the vibe, Binks, Binks. Like and subscribe.
Heyo, what up, everyone? It's your boy Binks. Super excited to be here with you, locked in, ready to rock, ready to party. Yes, we are. It is Wednesday. We love Wednesday. Yes, we do. We love Wednesday. How about you? YouTubians, very quiet so far. Hope you're doing well, YouTubians. Hope you're doing well. We are going to play some Aunt May Move today. Aunt May Move is the plan. And then hopefully another deck as well. But we will see. We will see indeed. Did Pokemon Go? Bad. Very bad. I got my ass whooped. I got slaughtered. I didn't win a single game. I went 0-2 in both my matches. Very unfortunate. I did play against a Worlds qualifier and arguably the best Raging Bolt player of all time. So that's pretty cool. I had an okay time. I'm trying to, you know, keep it in perspective. It does suck. No doubt about that. Do. Wonder if we go Cosmo here. Probably. Cosmo seems like a good card right now against a lot of things. Always has been. We could go like... I want like a lot of movable cards. I want to go kind of like crazy in with it. I want to add Jeff. Do I want to add Jeff? Yeah, let's add Jeff. Old Jeff. I'm old Jeff.
This is what we got. Everybody's a Binks fan.
Yo, Patrice. Thank you so much, Patrice. Why is the stream randomly flickering? I would guess it's just yours. I'm sure someone else would have said something. Almost 2 years. We're almost there. My, it might have been, if it was just for a second, my monitor did just shut off. So it might have been a very brief one. I want to try the new Spider-Man 2099 as well. I feel like I don't want like a big top end card because I feel like I'm going to want to use my discounted movers at the end after Aunt May got a bunch of triggers. I almost want to go really low to the ground and add like old Jeff too. That seems a little too crazy. Could also look at Hydro Stomper or... Craven. I don't love Craven though. I guess Craven's like just generally quite good. No, I don't want Cannonball because I don't really want to have too much top end. Cannonball's obviously good though. No doubt about that. I do like Nocturne. Yeah, let's throw Nocturne in here. Let's go crazy with it. Let's get a little frickin' wild. It's really really go in on the Aunt Mays. Nocturne's good against just any random locations that are causing me issues. Limbo, it's not super popular. Maybe Spidey Sense? Nah, that card's gotta be dog shit, right? I haven't even considered that card a single time, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't even, like, thought about that card for a second. It was a joke. I was talking about Nate, not what you said. Yours was obviously a joke. I shouldn't do that. I should... Oh, this is fine. Akinson! They did get Prio, so they can move my Batroc if they would like. We don't have to use Mercury just yet. We can use Mercury if it gets hit with Jeff, or if Jeff gets hit with it. Something else gets hit, we probably do that alongside Jeff, I would imagine. The Cragler. Got extra energy, they probably didn't want that. Thank you. This hits the Spider-Man. It's going to be very annoying. Scene, thank you. Thank you very much. It's a YouTube thing? I'm rewatching it on YouTube and it doesn't look like there's a flicker. Yeah. Any updates to the Dazzler in the A deck? I have not. Bang. Dude, I literally said out loud, if this hits Spider-Man, it's going to be very annoying. That sucks. Can we snap back here? I think so. They have a Negasonic there. What am I doing? Ozzy man. No! Ooh. They screw the pooch here, or? Maybe. Just immediately lost 8 cubes. I mean, that's obviously bad. That's obviously not what you want to see. Oof, 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 oof. Nah, this deck is all in Aunt May. You'd have to build it differently. You were not going to use Aunt May as aggressively.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Possible where they played SK? Maybe. Might have went too hard left. How does it always hit the worst card? All right, going in for 8 again. does it always hit the card that... I guess that's the only card it can hit. But it has felt like running into this issue a wee bit. Maybe set up a Cosmo here. Maybe just get the cap down. Probably just get the cap down. The hammer. The hammer droppeth. Let's go over here, I think. Maybe something like that. Aurora's gonna be kind of tough to deal with. Hopefully this hits the prof. Would probably put us in a better position. We are going to get a hit on our Rocket Raccoon. Bit unfortunate. That's a very important hit. Something like that, I guess. Should be enough, I would imagine. Bang. Okay, very nicely played there. Got the 8 right back. Would you look at that?
Victory.
What a way to start the stream. Immediate 8-cuber back to back into another 8-cuber. That's a lot. We finally got this mission out of the way. You have a deck list that has Spider Sense? That card's trash. I am full of disrespect for that card.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Morbius. Okay, Cosmo is going to be my friend here. want a Cosmo now. Probably not. I was not expecting that card. I was definitely not expecting that card. I will be 100% honest with you. Still have Prio. Okay, Dracula's interesting. I think Cosmo Right is going to serve us well. We move the Nocturne? I think we do. I think we want to have the flexibility. I also don't know if Nocturne will let Batroc jump. I'm actually interested to see that interaction. They go left? The answer is it will not. Which means we're hemmed in right, which is bad. I'm not gonna lie, I was very confident they wouldn't just play them all left. We did some science, though. But we kind of cooked ourselves pretty bad. Not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Unfortunate. I don't know. Maybe it does make sense because they want the zombie Power Man trigger. I should have thought about that.
Escaped.
No, I don't think Ghost Spider is right here. You'd have to adjust the deck. You'd probably want like Punk if you wanted to do the Ghost Spider. You could make an adjustment like that, but I like having all the cards be movable for maximum Aunt May's value. I do want to make a change to the deck though. I'm not sold. I feel like every time I play at Maze, it feels like the triggers don't help me as much as I feel like they should. I actually don't think you want multiple Batrocs. I feel like that's a trap. Jackarot. Maybe if you're running Hydra Bob, it makes more sense. Thank you for the destroyer. Rude. Nice Rocket and Raccoon and Groot trigger. We can get a Spider-Man 2099. We can get two of them if we want, actually. Might be a situation where it warrants that. Yummy, 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 yummy. But they also could run Luke. So we'll see. Yeah, sure. Sure. Maybe a Mercury or something. Guess we'll see. We'll beat the snot out of them here a bit with these Spider-Men. Help us alleviate some of the problems that Gambit's going to bring. So that'll guarantee clear everything except for Spider-Man. Try shield. Probably die to Ozzy. Fortunately. This is our best play. I think. Die to a lot of things, to be honest. Ooh, this just loses to another... Well, I mean, they'd have to play it. Cost 2. I think they are going to play it. Probably lose tiebreaker then. Yeah. Tough loss there. Could have played this a little bit better, for sure. I think they're going to give Spider-Man 2099 2 points of power immediately. It's kind of a wild call out. And the Spider-Man 2099 really is just like worse Spider-Punk. It just feels so bad. I mean, I guess it was like okay in that game. Because it didn't get murdered by Gambits, which is nice. I could have also just played another Gambit the last game. I played that very poorly. Let's go Baby Jeff, Hydra Stomper Iska. Let's try this. Now let's go Spider-Punk instead of the Baby Jeff. I think I like that better. Yeah, the idea of the the discount on it feels like it should be good, but in practice it doesn't even feel that good. I'm not gonna lie. How does Professor X work with Sinister Six? I have no idea.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Hello, Spider-Man. In May? Nice. Kind of annoying. Robert. This guy cheats. Many people are saying this. Many people are saying this. Jew Billy. I feel like Professor X should be really strong here, I would imagine. Still need to play 3 cards for their guy. Professor X left better? Maybe. I don't know though. I don't know how Professor X works with the sinister stuff, you know? Don't you want to get a full, like, why wouldn't we want this whole lane to be Dedge? Isn't that like a very good thing? Very nice game. Very nice game. Shield left and crawler mid. Why? Oh, pull the Batroc out? Yeah, there's probably some way I could have formatted that where it would have been slightly more points. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I've quite a bit of belief in Aunt May. I feel like the card is a bit underutilized. Like, I feel like Energy Cheat is just very strong. It's the Puppet Master. Quicksilver Gaming, huh? Probably a Wiccan deck. They're not playing the bad card. Good for them. Good for you for not playing the bad card. The bad card is new, bad card is new Shang, in case you were wondering. I'm sure you were. Interesting. It's a very good Iska. It's a very good, very strong Iska. Annoyingly strong, even. Could have Luke or something, but I don't know. I don't really have any indication of what their deck is. Outside of they probably want to play Wiccan this turn. Okay. I think I want to protect it this turn. Even just do this, honestly, right? Yeah, that seems really good. Prof middle, we want a priority if we do that. Probably. Well, actually, yeah, because with the Iska, we're probably fine unless they tie. I like just propping right here, though. I don't think we need to get too wacky and wild with it. It's not enough, right? See how much it is. Rude. Oh, man. Oh, that's a tough loss. Okay. I think that's making the point that the Professor X right was probably a bit greedy. Still have to worry about the other lanes, especially if they don't do anything right. Probably should have adjusted that. Learning, we're learning. Kelvin. Hello, Kelvin. Hello, Kelvin.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Hello, Spider-Man. Start getting some nice cheeky discounts on the Mercury. Might as well get the other discount now before Killmonger comes in. Snap might show that we're playing Cosmo here. Fortunate. Land a Drax right here. Probably Killmonger if I had to guess. Okay. Up goes the Weasel or whatever. I think we want to prof here. Let's make our final turn not super powerful, but They can probably only really go for one lane. Probably.
Cut off one head, two more shall take its place.
All systems go.
I am interested to see if Professor X can suck these cards. I imagine it can. We are Venom. It's a great point. Oh my god. We lose by 1 point. Ah! What's up, Chocolate Rain? You're doing well. God damn, man. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Fixed it just like that. Thank you so much for letting me know. It's so annoying, dude. I changed the setting that's supposed to stop it from changing, but it still changes all the time. I don't know how. Maybe I'll have to look into that a little bit more. But I literally like went in and followed his tutorial on how to get it to stop doing that, and it still resets it to 100. Yo, congrats, Sonny. We love Infinite. Yes, we do, folks. Ooh. I feel like I'm not getting enough value out of Hydra Stomper. Yeah, the Sinister Six does end up being invisible a lot. I was just about to say Olympia's showing up a lot today. It's obviously the hot location, right?
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
I was trying Rocket and Groot. It didn't feel that good. I don't know why it didn't feel that good, but it certainly did not. Alrighty.
Victory.
Why avoiding vision? Card's just bad, I think. I tried it in my initial versions of Aunt May's, and it just didn't feel that good. Even like when you hit it with the Aunt May's trigger, it just doesn't feel like amazing to play it out.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Might need like a Madam Web or something if I'm gonna do stuff like Spider-Punk. Maybe Groot is just better than Spider-Punk. I don't know. I keep going back and forth in my head. Superior Spider-Man should be in here? I don't think so. But as always. Maybe we want to land an Iska left next turn. Really pushing these buffs. Really pushing these buffs like crazy. Counter Iska. Right on time, kid. What do they usually finish here? Try this. Wall in middle. Oh, exactly what we did not want. Maybe the Cosmo helps. Yeah, we're dead. Are we? An exact tie? What? +6? Oh, +8. Lose by 2. Jesus, man. Can't buy a damn win, bro. It should be Groot for Spider-Punk. Helps dissuade from Prof. Maybe for Nocturne. Gonna slowly go back to the exact same initial deck that we had. Slowly but surely. They have stinky cards too. They do have stinky cards too. Mind Stone on 1. Oh, it's a disaster. Okay, where do they play the stones? Do they play them left or right? I feel like I would normally play them right, but I feel like a normal player would, or I would normally play them left, but a normal player would play them right. None of those mattered, unfortunately, because they didn't draw any cards, but did make the call, right? So there's some positive to be had from that. Now, it does kind of mess with our Batroc in a rather unfortunate way. That's okay. Maybe. They already playing them all. Bitch. This is a horrendous 50-50, man. That is a 50-50 that you just hate to see. Still haven't, what the hell? Well, this one's not stinky. They have to play at middle. They're forced. Would have been nice if we had priority here.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Would have been rather swell, I tells ya. I mean, oh no, they can't do anything, right?
Victory.
They can't Taskmaster it or nothing? Can't Taskmaster it or nothing, man. These move 5 cards in a match are like screaming at me to play them, man. I do think we want Rock Raccoon and Groot. I think it's better than Spider-Punk. Still like holding the Nocturne. The Nocturne's pretty good. And it's nice to have like a high starting power card. I think the Iska is really important. Gives us a lot of outs in certain matchups. Maybe we need a Web Sling. Web Sling seems interesting. The deck still thinks I have Hydra Stomper. I finally fixed it. It was sure I had Hydra Stomper in this deck. That is good for us, but they also probably have Iska. Very important to remember. If we can land like a souped up Iska to start chugging along left. We should be in a damn good spot.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Hello, Spider-Man. We definitely want to hopefully get a souped up Iska here. I'm snapped on this. The other good thing that we have is that wait, opponent has power. Oh well. Delicious. Cosmo sounds delightful here. Stop some. Just about anything we're super worried about. Cosmic Ghost Rider in particular is a little bit worrisome. And the Nocturne to threaten is kind of nice. Cosmic Ghost Rider it is. Very nicely played. Oh, it's their own Iska. It's not as good by any means. We Nocturne it though. Probably not. All right, get casseroled. Very nice.
Victory.
All right, chat, we're going to get through to ad break. To see how you can pay $6, check to see if you have a Twitch Prime subscription available by clicking that subscribe and use the little Prime toggle. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Watching on Twitch, make sure to follow. See you in 3 minutes. Da-da-da-da-da-da. How's your guys' Wednesday going? Is anyone having a good Wednesday or a bad Wednesday or a medium Wednesday? You know, in the comments. Love to hear it, man. Got to Infinite for the first time in a while. Exciting. I like Sinister Six a lot. I think it's great with Thanos. This deck causes a lot of problems for it, though. The Professor X is really tough to deal with. Real tough to deal with, I tells you what. All right, we're going to go into YouTube mode. I think I'm pretty happy where the deck's at. We haven't done incredibly well, but I feel like we're in a pretty good spot. I feel like a lot of our losses are coming from minor decision making rather than the deck itself. Round 2, fight! Welcome to the stream. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. Hopefully we don't get a bad location middle. That's good enough. Yoshi's ain't too shabby. We can hopefully make some use out of it with
Just make sure
our
everybody's a Binks fan.
move cards at the right time. Athena come down. Drawn cards, yes we are. We do have Prio here, which is nice. Next turn, we probably want to try and take advantage of this Josie's. We'll see where we get from there. They do play 2 cards here, so the Thanos is going to start pumping. Missed with the Rocket Raccoon and Groot, but that's okay. They whiffed on the Adam Warlock. That's very good for us. Go to move this here. We just go Nocturne Spider-Man here makes the most sense. This Rocket Raccoon and Groot right. Still whiff. Bit unfortunate. And Iska come down. Okay. We can clear these out. No problem there. Maybe drop an Iska of our own. Do something like this. 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 Seems pretty good. See what they end up doing here. They push for it pretty hard. Oh, Eternal's Arc. Oh boy. Okay. Dang. Having the second Iska paying off. Okay. Iska triggers here. Just be behind, I guess. Be behind because ours is second, and don't worry about it. Sounds right to me. Be behind, gain +10, win the game. Simple as, right? I think I'm supposed to be in YouTube mode. I feel like I wasn't in YouTube mode this game, though. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't really been talking the entire time. I was definitely supposed to be, though. We'll get that fixed here. I feel like that often happens the first game. I just like remember at the end of the game, like, why aren't you talking, man? You're supposed to be talking. That's your whole thing right now. I'll play to our opponent. In the second, Iska is so broken.
The universe shall be set right.
I was locked in. But welcome to the stream, but welcome. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. They are a Sinister 6 deck, and they can no longer do Sinister 6 stuff. That's going to benefit us greatly. I mean, the deck is still decently strong, but it's pretty nice that they won't get to actually utilize their cards the way that they want. Shadowlands Daredevil. Do I want that? I want a Shadowlands Daredevil. I mean, with this King Eitri, it seems pretty good. Sure. It's kind of interesting. Like, we just got two random cards that aren't ours that are going to work together here to cause some problems for our opponent. Can't complain too terribly much there. Okay, so now we're in a decent position here. We see the monster come down right. A bit inconsequential. I think that this turn we just want to go with like an Ant Maze into a Spider-Man to start getting some action happening there. And then we probably want to land our Iska over on the left-hand side. And hopefully we draw one of our movable cards. That is one of the things about using Shadowlands Daredevil is it does kind of infect our deck to an extent. So opponent's going to play out a bunch of stones here. We'll see if they're Shadowlands. Oh my gosh. Now I can't play the Iska because you play Iceman in your deck. You dingus. How dare you? It was incredibly rude of you. You ruined everything that I was trying to do there. That angers me to no end, if I'm being honest with you. We'll just play out a couple of demons, call it a day, keep this Nocturne schmovin'. And then we, I guess, play Iska next turn, I suppose? I don't know. We have to remember there's no Sinister 6 that's coming down this game. Maybe we're in a position where we just try and win with Professor X. It'll kind of depend on where we're at. And Iska isn't too bad. Still generates quite a bit of value for us. But not as much as we wanted, for sure. Getting this Nocturne chip down will be really good. I guess like the idea of the Iska is that if we play Professor X... Actually, we can get the Nocturne down to 1, which is pretty good. Ideally, unless we draw another movable card, it will kind of depend. So we get the demon down there. Opponent plays a Mockingbird middle. We're going to get our discount there on the Nocturne. And so we can either try and Professor X here or just slam down an Iska. I think we just slam down the Iska here. Slamming down the Iska seems correct to me. And we'll try and get a Spider-Man trigger on it. We'll be at 3-4. We'll still be behind, so we can still get that active. And then, you know, we'll get a trigger on either our Nocturne or our Nightcrawler. And then hopefully we find a top deck that's actually decent that we can play alongside of this, but we'll see. Iska's going to get moved over to the right. How dare you? Unbelievably rude of you. But maybe we're going to be okay here. We have 12 points that they can slam down. I don't think that they can get the Thanos fully online. I don't think that they can. If we just slam down 12 points middle, we should be able to tie whatever they play there and then hopefully win the tiebreaker. I guess we'll see. It'll really depend. Right is really tough. Okay, are they just going for a tie right maybe? That's kind of interesting as well. I can't imagine they can get over the top right. They can get over the top right. Holy moly. GG's, but yeah, Demon Thanos didn't even consider that, to be honest with you. Wow, GG's, well played. Started playing Sunday, you're really enjoying it? That's good, man. It's a good game. It's a a good game for good people. And some bad people, but that's every game. You know? Like butt. I just can't beat butt, man. I keep losing to him. It's pissing me off. It's making me ruining a bit of my mojo. I'm not gonna lie. Goat, welcome to the stream, Goat. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. Kind of rough to not hit any one drops here, but you just kind of tank it. So we could go Ant Maze, we could go Nightcrawler Batroc to set up Ant Maze. A little funky. Yeah, let's do that. That's fine. We'll get our initial trigger going just fine here. Okay, Rocket Raccoon and Groot, if they're seeing Mysterio, we're very likely seeing a Luke Cage to go alongside of it, I would imagine. I would say rather likely. We'll get Ant Maze down to start getting a trigger. I don't love it particularly, but it's kind of the best that we can do right now. I would say just trying to get one of these triggers down early. The problem is we just have a lot of 3-drops. Okay, so now they have Venus online. Always a little bit scary. Hopefully we draw something that's playable. That is mighty playable, isn't it? Would you look at that? We'll go in and get Captain America. And then I guess we get Rocket and Groot down. I don't love it because we don't have priority, but I mean, they're going to have to play some cards right eventually, right? They're certainly going to have to. Bit unfortunate giving up an Iska trigger here. Maybe could have played around it a little bit. Not exactly sure how I would have. But there's probably some extent where I could have done that. And then what do we want to get down here? I do like having the second Iska. I always love having the second Iska. Yes, I do. We'll get the second Iska. We'll get our Iska triggered, and we'll get a Spider-Man cooking on the right, I suppose. This will give us a discount on either Mercury or Nocturne, and try and work it out from there. So having the second Iska, we're going to get an Iska trigger and not allow one for our opponent, which is always going to be really good for us. We're going to give him some damage here on the Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Do some damage on the Lucas Cage. We'll go ahead and take an Iska trigger here. Not too shabby. Not too shabby indeed. Then, how do we finish out? We're expecting an Aurora. Aurora right isn't that powerful. But Aurora is definitely the expectation here. We get away with just going shield right. Would be +6 would come down. They'd go to 13. +5. It would add 18, but -2. So they'd add a net of 16. So 23. Looks like we need a little bit more juice than that. Always a little bit tough to think about here. Maybe just go for left. Something like this. Maybe that. Problem is we don't want to be ahead. I mean, they got to be doing something. So we're going to be fighting for left and middle here. So right is a bit inconsequential. Oh, we can Cosmo the Aurora. That's really good. I don't know why I didn't think about that until just now. Probably because I'm not super good at this video game or whatever, I would imagine. Wait, this is going to make the Batroc move to middle, which we don't want. Oh, that was supposed to go left. I lost. Maybe we win right here. Oh, no. An absolute disaster. An absolute disaster, to be sure. Okay, so they do tie right. They do win right, which means we're going to win over there, and we're going to win over on the right. Oh, we're going to win everywhere. No, we're not going to win left. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. We were supposed to get the Rock Raccoon over on the left, but that would have lost us right, so we did end up winning right. Man, that was a crazy game. GG's, Goat. GG's. Holy moly. There's too many Iskas, man. There's too many Iskas. The Iskas are breaking my damn brain, bro. The Iskas are just straight up blendering my mind as I'm trying to make these plays. Oh my gosh, it's Mango. Oh, these goddamn cube snipers, man. Just kidding. Mango's probably not cube sniping. Or Q sniping. Mango! Welcome to the stream, Mango. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. Get the Batroc going with the Captain America here. See what we can do. I don't mind going Captain America middle. No at maze or anything like that to accelerate us out past where we want to be. Nice having priority here. We do have Cosmo in the deck if they're doing any kind of destroy stuff. We do have Nocturne in the deck in case we need to take out Limbo. So we're going to have some action available to us here. I feel like my opponent's going to play left. I don't know what it is about that. No! They played right. That's the opposite of left, unfortunately. Let's see what the first card is. We see a zombie Scarlet Witch. Would you look at that? That's an interesting one. I like just planting a Iska on that lane, I think, is the best way to go about this. And then after that, yeah, question mark. Maybe set up with a Cosmo to try and slow them down is probably a pretty good move here. What the heck? Spider-Man? How dare you? You ruined my Iska. That's so rude of you, honestly. Okay, so we're tied left. We are going to be losing. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to Cosmo them here. Wow, isn't that a bit of a disaster, huh? Well, let's go ahead and move this Rocket Raccoon and group right to get some value there. We'll jump the Batroc as well. And then we'll move the shield middle. And then I guess Mercury right makes the most sense to stop the Spider-Man potentially from moving later. Might move it right now, but I guess we'll have to go ahead and see about all that. Bit unfortunate that we can't Cosmo here, but that is a pretty weak play, honestly. So can't be too upset about it. And then as long as we can stop this zombie giant, man, we should be sitting rather pretty here, I would imagine. We should be sitting rather pretty. If we go like with a... I think I actually want to keep the Batroc here. So let's go like Cosmo right. And then just Ant Maze middle, I suppose. And then we can throw a Nightcrawler over on the left for the most possible points. Don't want to move the shield to move the Batroc potentially, but I feel like we should be in a okay spot here. I feel like this should be a-okay. We see a single card come down on the left. Is it just a Zola or something? There's no way he's Zolaing me, right? Oh my gosh, there's another turn? There's another turn, chat. There's a whole nother turn. There's a whole nother turn is the issue. Is the issue with that. Is that there's a whole nother turn. Can we win left by any means? Probably not, right? So in that vein, that means that we are going to have to... what the heck are we going to have to do here? We don't necessarily want to jump this Batroc out. The only way to not jump the Batroc out would be to go like here, 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 which is a little bit funky, but I think it's what we're going to have to do. Now they're going for Zola? Now they're going for the Zola? Potentially? I forgot also that they are Sinister or whatever. I believe we beat that by just... no, we don't beat that. They win right. Wait, unless we do? Oh, we win middle. Wait, no, we lose right still? Oh my freaking gosh, dude. Oh my god! Can't believe we whiffed on the Cosmos so bad. We also weren't playing around Sinister 6 at all. By the way, Platalion, thank you so much for the Primarino. Super appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. No, I wouldn't merge either of them, I don't think. I would merge the destroyed one, actually. All right, Chai, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, Chai. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle with which we find ourselves. We'll go ahead and get a Nocturne down, and then I think we go, like... If we draw another movable card, I think we're going to go Aunt May, move the Nocturne middle. Well, that's really annoying. That's incredibly annoying. I'm not going to lie. That's so annoying that I played the Nocturne there now. Oh, no. All right. All right, I hate that. I hate that a lot, man. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, let's play the Aunt May, move the Nocturne, and we'll play the Spider-Man. We'll just keep this Rocket Raccoon cooking. Turn off the Elysium, probably more important for our opponent than for us. The Spider-Man activated. Face the Might of Asgard Mjolnir. And then we can move the Spider-Man and just slam this Iska over on the right. Seems like a nice little play here. Continue to get some discounts, get an Iska pumping. Could be in an okay spot. Okay, opponent plays over on the left. I think we just go with the Professor X over on the right. Do we want to move this Spider-Man to get another Iska trigger? I think we don't. I do like this Professor X right a lot. We sitting in a bit of an awkward spot. Going to play Batroc. Let's go and play Jeff, and let's go ahead and hide a Mercury here. And then we should have Prio. Should have Prio here. Be kind of surprising if we didn't. Be rather weird if we didn't have Prio here. See a Beta Ray Billiam. How terrifying. How terrifying indeed. Maybe a Cosmo? Oh, no Cosmo. Okay, so this means we're going to go with a Spider-Man Jeff. Put you there, throw you there. Hope for the freaking best, I suppose. We don't need to move the Batroc. We're kind of fine with that. We do have priority. This Rocket Raccoon is going to hit everything. And then, yeah, I hope we just have enough to win, and we do. Not too shabby. Yeah, the Professor X into the Iska lane, especially in a Limbo game, is going to cause a ton of problems for our opponent. GG's to our opponent. GG's. Iska Prof X is nasty, man. Really, really nasty. Talk about PSPs in chat. I love PSPs. I never had a PSP of my own. My brother had one, I think, and then my friend had one that they jailbroke, which was cool. I never had one of my own. Weird that the flag doesn't show up in that. Maybe. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. There was a. I don't know if there was one to begin with. To be perfectly honest with you, we'll go ahead and land the Spider-Man over on the left. Gabriel Crawler, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. We have a nice little starting line here. Didn't get the Batroc. Obviously would have preferred that, but that's okay. I want to use our Spider-Man moves. You can use them pretty diligently here. Opponent might be a Destroy deck. They do have the Weapon X avatar. Destroy players do be liking to show off what they play, as is tradition. Okay, we see a Lizard. Lizard probably indicates that this is some kind of a like techno-organic virus deck. Don't mind getting the Cosmo down early here, so let's just go ahead and throw that down right now. Hopefully stop a TVO. Wouldn't be too shabby. Might just be seeing a Fist come down over on the right. Who really knows, man? It could be anything. A Luna. All right, not too shabby there. Get rid of the middle location. And we obviously want to keep that around for a little bit, I would say. Let's go with a shield here. Then we land maybe Aunt May's there. And then I like getting the Nocturne down. Getting some juice over here on the Jefferson. Next turn, we're going to have to start using the Spider-Man for triggers. So just remember that. What is our opponent going to do to us here? We see a Red Guardian on the Ice Cube. Very rude of you. Very rude indeed. We see a Cable coming down, stealing one of our cards. Iska's probably the only one to be really worried about. Iska's the only one that I'm personally really worried about, I would say. In this context. But they did not get Iska. How delightful. How delightful for us. So we'll go ahead and use the shield just to keep some space open there. We'll land the Iska middle, I think. Makes some sense. Get our Spider-Man move in this turn. It might mean that we missed the Iska trigger, but I think that that's okay. And then we'll go over here. I'm not super confident in a Prof this turn. I think I'd rather get the Iska online. Gives us a little bit more power in the future. They probably want to stack like a big card on top of middle. If they do so, then the Iska is going to start going a little bit crazy. Making sure to get our Spider-Man move in right meow, because we're not going to be able to later. And then, yeah, like a Virus Right would be a little bit worrisome because it's going to allow them to stack a lot of additional points there. And we don't have too many like pure power cards available to us right now. So hopefully they play like a Fisk or something in the middle. That would be the big hope here. Man, we are so good at missing our Iska on those. Okay, so we found the card that they have now. It's Rocket Raccoon and Groot. So good to know. Iska is still pretty threatening here, but obviously not what we're looking for exactly. Don't really like having this Professor X in hand, but we do have it in hand, so there's not much we could do about that, unfortunately. Let's move the Spider-Man here. Let's move the shield over here, I suppose. Then we'll go with the Jefferson on the right. And then... yeah, let's move these here. I think that that's fine. Don't mind that at all. We'll see if we have enough points to get over the top. Right should be in a great spot. Middle might be a little bit tricky. Really depends on where their power output is coming from. There's a few different things that could happen here. Wait, maybe we want to keep middle full, huh? Yeah, we definitely want to keep middle full in this instance for the lizard. Okay, almost missed that. So happy that I didn't. Nice catch there. Bringing the lizard down, I think, will be important. And then keeping the Jeff nice and healthy is good. Okay, they go exactly for right and left. A bit unfortunate. See if they have enough to get over the top there. Bangers. See, a Sage is going to be enough. And a Mysterio is going to be enough. Man, really rough there. We'll play to our opponent. Yeah, good call, Mubas. I caught that too. Last second. YouTube mode curse is back, I'm afraid. I guess we're not doing too bad. We're what, 4-3? 4-3. Now we're facing Chamo. This is where the real one starts. Chamo! Welcome to the stream, Chamo. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. Best of luck to you indeed. We really want to find our Nocturne, I think, for this bar with no name. I don't think we're super happy dealing with bar with no name. I think it's very, very frustrating, especially with something like a Crown City. That is super, super annoying to deal with. But we are going to be able to get Aunt May's Nightcrawler down. Maybe just Aunt May's. It's really going to depend if we find our Nocturne or not, because we need to be really limited with board space if we are unable to find our Nocturne. We could be a bit more liberal with it if we do find it. So we'll see here. Crown City, bar with no name, a really, really annoying pair of locations, especially when they're right next to each other. Same thing happens with Baxter Building. It gets really, really funky. So See a techno-organic virus come down. Okay, so we're pretty sure we know what's coming from them. Well, not that sure, but you know, I suppose that we'll see. We do get the Nocturne. That is a really wonderful get. Let's just get the Ant Maze down here. We don't have to be too crazy. And then now we have a lot of options, right? We can go after this Limbo. We can go after this Bar with No Name. There's lots of potential here for us. And we do want to threaten it probably just about as early as we can. With priority here, I think we actually just get the Cosmo down. I think that's a little bit more valuable. Because we're now going to be able to stop any kind of like Bastion stuff they might be doing to cause us issues. We'll jump the Batroc over to the right. And hopefully we get a nice land with this Cosmo and we catch something here. We see King Eitri and we see the Fist. So we catch absolutely nothing, as is tradition. Opponent snaps here. Very interesting. Okay. I like getting the Nocturne down a lot. Let's go with the Mercury left. I feel like there's a chance that they might be playing Hydra Bob left, and Mercury left will stop its move. And then... yeah, we'll still push this middle here. I think that that's fine. This should put us in a pretty darn good position. We can also cover our cards with... we can cover our cards with a Professor X at the right time to handle this Gambit if we ever need to. Okay, Stardust comes down, kind of inconsequential for us. A little bit of juice here on our Nightcrawler. And now our opponent's in a awfully awkward position now, aren't they? I do think we go with the Nocturne here. Go with the Nocturne. Move Mercury middle. We'll jump the Nocturne middle. We'll move the shield left. And then I think we Professor X right to stop. Well, they can't actually activate Gambit here, huh? Actually just can't activate Gambit to stop this. Oh, interesting. They have no way of activating Gambit here. So we actually don't have to Professor X. Give me a bit more fluid with what we're doing. We could just do something like this. Wait, no, we can't do that because that will make the Batroc jump to the left, and that would lose us the game, which would be very stupid and quite silly of us, I would say. So it would be here, here, here. Jumping the Batroc here. Or do we not want to jump the Batroc? I guess is the question that we have to ask ourselves. Then we just don't move the shield. And then we play Jeff here. I actually think I like this better. So let's see what happens with the Limbo. We see a Boardwalk. See a Scarlet Witch. They were kind of planning to do the same thing here, it would appear. See a TVO going down over on the right. And we win 2 lanes to 1. Would you look at that? GG's taking out number 7 ranked Chamo. Very, very nice there. Well played to our opponent. Very nicely done. Yeah, not trying to push too much into Crown City, I think was really good there. Very nice. Yeah, it took a long time to figure out the exact right play to finish off that ending, but I think that we got it there. Always important to recognize whether or not your opponent's able to play Gambit. Whether Gambit will be active. Very important thing to look into. They actually won with Scarlet Witch left, interestingly. But that's like tough. Because then if I don't go right with the Nocturne, which I could have just not done, causes a lot of problems. All right, but welcome to the stream, Q Sniper. Keeps queuing into me, no matter what I do. I should have played the Nightcrawler in a different lane, I believe, to set up Ant Maze, but that is okay. We have a Limbo game, but we have a Nocturne, so we're going to cause all sorts of problems for our opponent here. And we get a Captain America, so we'll go in and get that chucking away. Maybe we go middle to have a chance of prio. Interestingly, yeah, let's go for a chance of prio here. To maybe make this Cosmo a bit more impactful. A nice 6-point play into the middle. And we see a lizard come down. Alrighty then. Olympia, gonna get some nice juicy card draw. And I think we're gonna want to land a Professor X this game, I would imagine. That seems like a pretty important win condition for us. We were not able to get priority, unfortunately. That's okay. So this turn, I think we probably just want to play Nocturne then, in lieu of having prio. And then we will, yeah, figure it out from there. What is opponent going to play middle here? We see a Luna come down. We'll pop it right away. We have no time for this. No time whatsoever for that, I tells you what. And we see a Rocket Raccoon and Groot, and we did manage to get priority here. Very, very nice. So with priority, both both Cosmo and Rocket Raccoon and Groot are nice plays with prio. Really just depends on what we want to do and how we're going to set up the Professor X. I think we go right with the Rocket Raccoon and Groot. And then we go left with the Jeff. And then we'll play probably Professor X right after we've dissuaded them from playing right with the Rocket Raccoon and Groot, ideally. Now, if we play the Professor X and then they... a Nightmare. That's quite interesting. All right, what's cool about this Professor X2, if I'm not mistaken, that if they, because we have prio, if they complete the Sinister here, it just won't appear. But I don't think it'll do anything. I think that all the cards will just kind of stay as they are. Which might be completely fine for us. I guess we will see. Let's just pass here. I think the Rocket Raccoon and Groot will stop them from playing the into the Professor X lane as much as I want to do. And then after this, we have like Iska to finish. We have Cosmo potentially. We're going to be doing pretty okay on quite a few of the lanes. And we have no idea what's going to be coming down with this Nightmare. But if they did do the Sinister there, I'm pretty sure it just won't do anything, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it'll just say, like, can't do, or something along those lines. So we'll see if we've cracked the code here. We're able to turn it off. Let's shoot that. Yeah, no Sinister 6 at all. No Sinister 6 at all. How delightful. Any reason that we think that they can push power right? The only way would be with some kind of Nightmare Detritus. So I guess we're just going to assume that that's not a real thing that they're going to be able to do. So we'll just do a little bit of swappies here. And then we'll move you here. And then we actually don't have prio here. Maybe we actually don't want to turn off the limbo, right? Let's snap and not turn off limbo. That seems like a sick play that we can do. So let's play Iska left. Let's go Iska middle. Spider-Man right, Nightcrawler left. And then chill, man. Maybe even Snap here. But Snap moves their Hydro Bob. It actually helps them out a little bit, interestingly enough. I'm pretty sure that they're going to expect us to move the Limbo. So I think not doing it is better. So I don't know if this actually happened because they Nightmared their guy or not. Wait, he has a freaking Heimdall. Wait, it tells you what they have? That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I like not playing anything here. I think not playing anything here is kind of baller. Ah! I knew that they had that. I knew that they had that. I knew that they had that! Oh my god, dude. They had 2 of them. Son of a gun, dude. What about cheating? I just hope he's not Q sniping me. If anyone is Q sniping me, stop Q sniping me. It's very annoying. I know he doesn't stream snipe. I say that as a joke. Round 3. Welcome to the stream. Round 3. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. We'll go ahead and get a Jeffrey down. Then I think we'll maybe move it, play Aunt Maze. If we get a 1-drop mover, we'll do that. Not... I don't know. I guess we'll see. Don't get a 1-drop mover. Next turn, we kind of want to play Iska. Let's play Rocket Raccoon and group middle. Let's just try and get as much value as we can out of this. Then maybe we move something next turn and activate the Aunt Maze. Yeah, this seems a little bit more valuable. We'll go ahead and go with an Aunt Maze, and then we'll go with a Captain America. And hopefully the shield lands middle. We'll give it an extra little oomph there. See a Luna, clogging Luna, a spooky little cloggy Luna. How terrifying. And then maybe we just go Iska left here. Iska left, shield middle. And then maybe like Nocturne mid seems pretty good here, right? And then we're getting a trigger on the Spider-Man, and then we could play Cosmo top deck Spider-Man, I would assume. And then I like not adding anything so that Iska gets its initial trigger. I always find that to be very, very nice. Got a nice big Nocturne rock in here, and we see a zombie giant man. Okay, quite interesting. Now, what's good for us is that we have... we're not going to have Prio, though. Man, no Prio here actually is really, really annoying. Yeah, missing out on Prio here is actually quite bad. It's probably fine, though. Probably fine. So they're probably going to try and resummon... They're probably going to try and resummon the zombie giant man would be my biggest guess, right? So how do we go best about trying to defend against that? So we have to win left. They're going to get +2 left. We'll be at net 15. So the Nocturne left helps us with that. And then maybe we kind of like go all in right here a little bit. They kind of have quite a few things that they have to think about with that. We'll push both these here. We'll throw the Cosmo middle, call it a dang old day, hope that it's enough. Does suck that they have Prio, though. Oh, man, they had Hunger, too. Does that bring them out of range by 1 point? That's going to bring us out of range by a single point, isn't it? Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. It's an absolute freaking disaster.
I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, losing Prio by just a tear there was really tough on us, man. Oh, if they didn't have that Hunger, we win. Tough. You know, play all that with the Hunger is so rough. Sucks being a little bit behind there. The best energy ramp card, probably Luna. Why didn't I prof turn 5? I wanted to play the Iska, I guess. Probably an argument I should have. But we didn't. We had a lot less information as to what the hell they were doing before turn 5, right? Like, I don't know if you were expecting Zombie Giant Man click the guy. I sure wasn't. Grateful Piano! Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and get a Batroc kick in here. Maybe we should have done the Nightcrawler to get the Aunt May trigger this turn. Not exactly sure about that. We'll go ahead and go Aunt May here, though, and then start getting that locked in for future turns. I like going with a Nocturne here, I think. Flexibility is actually probably at a premium. We'll go ahead and do this. And then we can move the Spider-Man right, get the Batroc trigger, hopefully get some draw. We can even fight with the Rocket Raccoon and Groot. Lots of different things that we can look to do here. Definitely fighting pretty hard for Asgard. Nice to not play the Nocturne down. We have been in a bit in trouble with playing that like just a hair too early in previous games. We'll go to move the Spider-Man there. We do want to get the Nocturne down probably this turn so that we can set up a Professor X in a nice and easy way. We'll go ahead and get some triggers rocking there. Then I guess we want you here. Probably makes the most sense. And we'll go ahead and snap. I think that especially with having this Nocturne available, it's going to cause just all sorts of problems for our opponent. Like, we're going to Professor X them, and then, yeah, they're just going to be in a ton of trouble, I would say. So, fought really, really hard for Asgard there. Get the Nocturne ready. We'll see what our opponent's going for. They play their Surge, Superior Spider-Man. It looks like a Zombie Galacti deck, but none of their cards are Zombie Galacti cards. So, I don't know. It looks like a Zombie Galacti deck, right? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills a little bit here, but it certainly looks like a Zombie Galacti deck. We'll go ahead and move the Spider-Man over here. We will... I think I like going Professor X left. Makes the most sense for me. We can move tons of cards over there. I'm pretty happy with my snap. Batroc's going to jump to the middle, fight against their... fight against their guy a little bit, and then... Okay, they play left, which is quite scary, but maybe not that scary. I guess we will see. See a Sarah come down. Okay, not too shabby. So again, as is often the case, we do have a decision point here on if we want to turn off the Limbo or not. We don't have to. We're not required by any means to turn off the Limbo if we don't think that it's pertinent. I think that we do, though. I think that the combination of... just a number of things that we're going to be able to do here is just going to be too much to handle. With the Cosmo coming down, I think that they're going to be in a heck of a situation, I would say. So we're going to jump the Nightcrawler, which will jump the Batroc left. Just make sure that we win there just in case. And then Cosmo and Rocket Raccoon and Groot right should be able to hold down any kind of detritus they do over there. Just thinking about this a little bit longer. I think I like this play. I think I quite like this play. We'll see what they can end up doing here. I mean, with just a single Sarah and Surge, I don't think that they're in the best position. The Cosmo should be backbreaking for them, I would imagine here. I think the Cosmo is just going to be quite backbreaking over there. Losing by one. Do you guys not know what Batroc does, perchance? Okay, so we see a Sebastian Shaw come down. She's going to win the middle. Surfer not going to do anything. Just going to take a bullet. Chameleon also not going to do anything. Just going to take a bullet. Bastos, I tell you what, I don't think it's going to do anything. Probably just going to take a bullet there. Very, very nicely played. Yeah, just finding a good position. We even survived the Baxter building, which is a bit... it's a bit much. It's a bit much. It's a bit scary. But we made it work. GG's, Grateful Piano. GG's. Moogs! The Moogler's here. It's the Moogler. We love the Moogler. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. All right, Spider-Ham's a little bit annoying, but we're just going to have to tank it. Like, every card is, unfortunately, just kind of a good hit for it. But Yeah, not much we can do about that. We'll throw that down now. Like Cosmo, Nightcrawler aren't that good of hits. We could play out the Nightcrawler, but I kind of like the aspect of not playing it down for that like specific reason of hopefully getting a better Spider-Ham trigger. And it does work out. I tell you what, there are so many times where I do that exact thing and it just doesn't work. It just doesn't help at all. It just doesn't help even a little bit. So it's wonderful to see it work out. Every now and again, it works, which is great. So we'll do this to hopefully find some prio, get a nice trigger onto our Aunt May, which we can then do again next turn over to the left if we would like, or even over to the right. We have options. We see a Venus come down. Venus obviously a bit scary, a bit tough to deal with. Get a nice juicy hit on our Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot, and we do have prio here. I like holding prio just about as late as we can. Let's go ahead and play a Captain America over on the right. We'll play a Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot over there, and then we'll jump the Batroc over to the right as well. I feel like we're in a good position. We could be going for like an Iska game plan right now, but I quite like just using a bit more. Like Iska just feels a bit icky against Aurora decks. There's just a lot of ways that they can like make it hurt. So we'll just go ahead and do this. We'll get the Sam ready so that we can jump the Batroc over on the left. We'll get the Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot cooking. And left is actually looking quite weak. These might be fake shots. Ah, Order Law. Should always play the Luke Cage first. So now what are we thinking here? Did get a nice extra juicy hit on that Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot. Oh, this is weird. Maybe we do. I don't know if I want to play the Cosmo right now. I feel like we don't want to play the Cosmo right now. I feel like we want to save that for next turn. I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to get priority. The problem comes down to the fact that then we have to choose like one of Iska or Nocturne and Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot, and then we miss our trigger there. I think we just go Iska. I think Iska probably makes the most sense. We'll move this Rocket Raccoon here and we'll put the Iska right. And then maybe we'll be able to actually get an Iska trigger early, which would be nice. And hopefully we'll have prio going into next turn. That would be really, really nice for us. Let's see what's happening here. Let's see what our opponent does to try and counter this. They might be playing a Thing for Steps middle is potentially what's coming down here. We see a Drax, and we see a Hydration Robert. Bang, bang. Get our nice little Aunt May trigger there. Would have probably preferred the Nocturne, but I'm not going to be too upset about all that. And the Drax did not jump or gain power? Oh, because I didn't play a card that was bigger than it. All I played was this cheeky little Iska, eh? So now we definitely want to Cosmo. The question becomes, where do we Cosmo? Question becomes, where do we Cosmo? I feel like we go middle. I feel like we go Cosmo middle. I think if we go Cosmo, Nocturne middle, jump the Batroc right, I feel like we're in a great position to win. Could be wrong, but I feel like the Aurora is coming down middle here. And then maybe we lose to like a Drax move, but I'm just not going to pretend like that's not a thing that can happen. Okay, I think we did call out the Aurora into the middle here. We get the big Batroc jump to get to 15. The Cosmo should be able to lock this down. Aurora, nothing. Take the Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot hit. Stereo wins them left. Mr. Fantastic not going to be enough to get over top. It was a fake Aurora? Fake Aurora just dropped? Okay, very spooky indeed. Well played to our opponent, well played. Way to hold that Cosmo to our chest the whole freaking game. Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, nice little win streak here. I feel like we're playing decently well here. There's sometimes where I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, we're not playing how we want to be playing, but I think that other times we're actually we're making some really good things happen here. A little bit all over the place, but you know, that's how life is or whatever. Life is all over the place. You ever think about that, chat? Just a brief second of your day. Rodamonte, welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. We see a Spider-Man come down. We do have a counter for that. We do have the Mercury available to us. Opponent's going to get a Professor X, which is scary. We get another Iska. That is much less scary. We might want to be thinking about potentially using the fact that we know that they have Professor X against them, and using the fact that we know that they have Iska against them. There's a couple of things that we can dig into here. I like getting the Aunt May down. I like going like here into Aunt May and the Spider-Man over on the right. Really nice to pull this Rocket Raccoon and Groot, because if we hadn't gotten that, it would be a bit awkward. We're going to jump the Batroc middle. Hopefully we don't see a Mercury from them. That would be a little bit annoying. We'll fight here for right best as we possibly can. Nice little Batroc land here. Pushing some power right. The Hydration Stompler arrives. How scary. Not too big though, right? 6 power. It's not too shabby. We do have Prio here. I think we actually go like this. I don't like playing the first Iska, but maybe we play both. Who knows? They might also be playing Iska over on the right and moving things, but then they'll be ahead, I think. I would assume. The Hydra Stomper updates did, so we are going to have the win there. Okay, very, very nice. And we maybe can play the second Iska now. Now we can play the second Iska, I suppose. Play out the second Iska here and play out a... You just go with this. And then a Rocket Raccoon and Groot left. I don't think we're going to be needing Nocturne too terribly much. It's a bit of a risky play, but I quite like it. I always like having the second Iska. I say this a lot. Always love me having the second Iska. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I don't think... Was this my second move? This is my second move with the Spider-Man. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be doing this. Okay. Good catch there. Good catch there. Don't want to be expending the second move there. Always like to keep our options open. Getting the hit on the Iska would be like potentially kind of nice, but probably, again, not worth making it so that Spider-Man can't move. We actually would be stuck in that lane. So we definitely want to have flexibility there, I would say. Okay, opponent goes pretty hard for middle. I'm going to guess this is Professor X, maybe? Professor X would make some sense. Mercury come down. Oh, and not moving the shield middle was absolutely diabolical, it would appear. How wonderful is that? And now, man, now we're just sitting real pretty. We got the second Iska cooking on the right. Yeah, dude, very nicely played. Very nicely played there. Avoiding, I really didn't want to move the shield middle. It just didn't feel right. And we just moved around tech perfectly there. Well played to our opponent. Well played. All right, y'all, we're going to get through an ad break. Don't want to see ads? You can pay $6. Check to see if you have a Twitch Prime subscription available by clicking the subscribe and use the little Prime toggle. Watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. Watching on Twitch, make sure to follow. See you in 3 minutes. right. That was a little bit spooky. We're in a bit of a rough patch, but really kind of come around. We're playing quite well right now. Welcome back, ad enjoyers. Thank you for enjoying the ads. Appreciate it as always. Timbo, welcome to the stream, Timbo. Best of luck to you here. Field of battle with which we find ourselves. Okay. We have no idea what the locations are. They could be anything. Baxter Building. All right. I'm very well suited to get Baxter Building. It tells you what. We'll snap this actually. It's really, really nice to be able to get to Baxter, or the raft this early. Not Baxter Building, sorry. Yeah, we should be all but guaranteed to get the raft. We are guaranteed to get the raft. But we shouldn't have any problems from our opponent, I suppose. The way that I would say that. The Spider Hamler, how rude. Yeah, I guess if they get it right, there's somewhat of a chance, but I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. I tells you what. Go ahead and throw both these over here. We'll get the Aunt May. Even getting an Aunt May trigger, man, that is delightful, isn't it? Now, we could get hit with a Spider Ham, obviously, and if our raft card doesn't do anything, unless if it gets its ability turned off, might run into some not great situations, but yeah, I'm not too worried about that at all. Just being able to secure the raft this early is so powerful. We'd be in a lot of trouble if they have a Mercury Right. Mercury Right would be the scary thing that we would not like at all, and we'd be very sad about. So hopefully we don't see a Mercury Right. Okay, you hit my Thanos. They do know that we have Thanos. I do know that we have Thanos. This is a known entity now. We'll go ahead and pump this shield over here, and then I guess we get the Batroc middle. How worried am I about Mobius? Not that worried, but worried enough that I think that we'll go ahead and do that. So we're going to jump this over here, and then maybe we Mercury middle makes sense. I don't think it matters too terribly much, but I think that what we're going to try and set up is a Professor X left. Getting this Thanos down right now, I think just puts us in a great position to take advantage of it. And just, I just hate friggin' Mobius, man. I don't know about you guys. I friggin' hate Mobius. So whenever I can not have to deal with Mobius, I'm game. I'm game. I tells you what. So we will go ahead and throw this Professor X left. Just lock that down. Well, actually, they're going to be trying to float here. The problem is going to be winning the other lanes, but it's probably fine. I think we're still in a good spot. We already snapped. We'll go ahead and go Professor X. We will go like here, I think. Just swap these bad boys around. And then, yeah, we'll just try and win with Jeff, Iska, things like that. I think that we should be fine. If they like full float here, like, I don't know, good luck winning, I suppose. With +4 on all these lanes. I just don't really see it being super likely that they're going to be able to fight for both these lanes that hard. Like, decently hard, sure, but like, enough to actually win, that's asking for a lot, I tells you what. So a couple decision points we have to make here is whether or not we want to push this Batroc anywhere. I don't think that we do. I think that we go here. And then the Iska Nocturne thing is kind of weird too, because Iska is like technically more points most of the time, but like sometimes it's not. But I think we just go with Nocturne and Jeff middle. They probably retreat, I would imagine. I don't know how they would deal with this. I would be very impressed if they could deal with this, I suppose. Be the way that I would describe that. And we're not allowing this Batroc to move, which is really good. Keeping a nice, powerful right lane. Doesn't even lose to like a, you know, like a She-Hulk. So they have to invest even more there to be able to win. And then 25 points middle is no laughing matter either. But let's see what they tried to do here. So we fill up middle. We get to 25 points. We see a Shuri. Shuri She-Hulk, not even close to enough, I'm afraid. Wow, dude. Holy, we found the only play. We found literally the only play. Holy cow, dude. They had everything. Oh, man, that was so freaking scary. We found the only play. The only play. The only play. All right. Holy cow. GG's to our opponent. GG's. That was terrifying. That was really scary, man. Very scary. I hate going into YouTube mode because no one answers. No one says anything. What mode do you play for the best rewards? What mode do you play for the best rewards? The rewards are the same in Conquest. You just want to make sure that you're playing enough Conquest to buy out the shop if you're trying to be as cost effective as possible, I would say. Soulless, welcome to the stream. I think that you have a soul. I think that you have a soul. I'm gonna be the brave person that says that I think that you have a soul, Soulless. And you can listen to that soul. It can be powerful and beautiful and amazing. And you don't have to worry about anything in this crazy life. You simply don't. Strangler, okay. Strange is a funky one. Strange is a funky one to be sure. I think that they're going to want to be playing a lot of small cards here because if Crimson Cosmos comes down there, it's bad. So let's try and Cosmo there, right? Meow. Rocket Raccoon and Groot is also good, but I think that Cosmo is probably more impactful right now, I would say. We'll give it a little bit of extra juice. If I was them, I would be trying to play as many cards middle as possible to get around this Crimson Cosmos stuff. We stopped their Morgan Le Fay. How exciting. Stopping their Morgan Le Fay, incredibly important there. We would have been in so much trouble had that not happened. So wonderful of us to be able to make that super exciting, very powerful play. We'll get Iska cooking here. Should be in a great spot. What the heck do we do about Grand Central? It's a great question. I don't have a good answer for you. I wish that I did. It tells you what I wish that I did. Unfortunately, when you eat that double dinosaur, it gets very small. It gets very tiny. It gets very, very tiny indeed. So I'm going to play the Professor X out left, which I think is the right call. We can move a few things over there. We're going to get multiple cards pulled out that we can continue to move over there if needed. They play Thanos there. Might find ourselves in a bit of a tricky position, but we just have to hope that they don't. All right, looks like they don't. So we got it landed left. Feeling really good as long as we don't see like a war machine or something like that come down. All right, they're sinister. I didn't even realize they were sinister. But our Iska is going to be causing a whole mess of problems for them. Okay, they get an Agatha. We get a Rocket Raccoon and Groot. We get a Jeffrey. They get a Spider-Man. Okay, I mean, Spider-Man causes some issues, right? Because it can go left, but not the biggest deal. Man, this is not great, is it? I think it's just Spider-Man over there, and then I don't think that we can win right, so I think that we just have to hopes and prayers that this is enough. Hopefully with the Rocket Raccoon and Groot, we're going to be okay. And then we'll go ahead and get the Batroc situated middle. We should be okay, definitely for like tiebreaker purposes. It makes a lot of sense that they had Agatha down there, but let's see what happens. The Rocket Raccoon and Groot is pretty powerful. Unless they just have like one big card that they can play, then we're going to find ourselves in quite the conundrum. But nice. We're able to get it. Very wonderful. GG, Soulless. Hope you find your soul out there. Visible 6. So true. So true. What are the stats looking like? I feel like we've had quite the hot streak here. Too shabby. Well, we'll get one more in. Probably have enough highlights for a video, but we'll see. Agent Dopeness. Agent Dopeness, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. I like fighting for Baxter Building here. Like getting the Nightcrawler out gives us potential options for Aunt May's later, but we do have the Sam, which kind of handles all the problems that we might have there. A little bit of extra card draw. Never hurt anybody. Let's go with... let's attack all the lanes here. Let's just go ahead and attack all the lanes. It could beat us left, but I think that we're okay. See a lizard come down over on the left. All right. Let's go ahead and get the Rocket Raccoon over there on the right. Feels pretty good. Kind of rough to have the Aunt May's coming down this turn, but I think that it's fine. We'll go ahead and get our first Batroc move, and next turn we can get Aunt May's Captain America down to fulfill anything else that we might need. A little unfortunate. I was hoping to snag some shots over on the right, but makes sense that they wouldn't go there. Now we can get Iska cooking, huh? And Iska cooking seems kind of delightful, doesn't it? I'm going to move this Spider-Man over here. We'll move the Iska over on the left, and then I think we can snap. Feel like we're comfortable snapping here. We never got the Sam down. I wonder if we were supposed to get the Sam down at one point. Sure, there's an argument to do it, right? But getting this Iska down, super nice. Going to put us in a great position to fight against what our opponent's trying to do here. Iska going to start pumping nice and solid. And then I kind of like getting a Cosmo prepared for there. We can move this Nightcrawler over to the middle to keep the Batroc jumping. I guess the problem with moving the Nightcrawler is that we will then not be able to move the Batroc next turn. Well, let's get the Batroc jumping middle. Go with middle then for that. And we'll get the Aunt May's situated over on the mid. Seems fine. I think the Cosmo is really good here. Now, they could play the spell on the left this turn, but this is stopping them from doing it on future turns, which I think is really nice. Please turn that off. That'd be very nice of you to turn that off. Oh, man. Well played. You stopped my second Iska trigger. Very nicely done. Car. But we do have the Cosmo there, which is still going to cause them, ideally, a whole mess of issues. We'll go ahead and jump this Batroc over to the right. And then it's going to be some combination of Sam, Nocturne, Jeff. Sam, Nocturne, and the Jefferson. I think that we go with the Nocturne middle, kind of replace the amount of power that we have there. The Batroc's going to be pretty massive on the left, and then we just throw both these over here to give us a little bit of cushion for depending on how hard they go for that left lane. We get the big jump left. Killmonger would be a pretty big issue, but it doesn't look like we have any Killmongers coming out, which is quite delightful for us here. See a Yeti, then a Techno-Organic Virus, which is going to win the middle. Oh, brother. Tough. Should have thought about some parts of that a little bit more, I would say. Need to move Nightcrawler in turn 5 to ensure Iska. Yeah, it should have thought about the yeah, it's hard. That's a tough one for sure. I don't know if it's quite so simple, but definitely something I had to consider. Highs, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Best of luck to you here on the field of battle. Best of luck to you here. I'm gonna draw some cards here. I'm telling you what, I'm gonna play a bunch of Rocket Raccoon and Groots. I don't know how correct this is, but it's gotta be correct enough. It's gotta be correct enough. It's gotta be good, right? It's gotta be good. It simply must. And then we'll Professor X there eventually, and then cause them all sorts of problems. All sorts of problems. Because what are they going to do? There's a whole dang on army of Rocket Raccoon and Groot coming to get him, man. That's very scary. We see a Sebastian Shaw come down. I think we just go Iska middle here, and then we move one of them and play Professor X next turn. And then we should just have them completely locked down, dead to rights, I would imagine. But we could also think about the Nocturne, but once the Professor X comes down, it kind of just handles anything that might be an issue. And they do go double middle, which is really, really good for our Iska. Putting us in a great position to get ahead here. We do have priority as well. We don't snap now because we could be getting hit with something a little bit scary. But I think I like this Professor X here. Seems super, super strong. If they play anything middle, we're going to get an Iska trigger, and then we could snap next turn because of the Mount Vesuvius. We get a free snap if they don't opt to leave here. There's always a weird decision point, right? Like when you're on a Mount Vesuvius game, what do we do? What do we do? Decisions, never the easiest thing. All right, they're going to lock in here. Let's see what happens. Just a single card over on the right, and the Professor X should really just cause them all sorts of issues, I would imagine. I don't think that would be fun personally if it were me. Now, I don't think that we move all of these. Maybe we should, but I'm not going to, I guess. And then we will get our snap in because we do have a free snap. And then we want to go Cosmo. We want to play one drops though. I guess we can go Cosmo, Aunt May's. One drop is probably going to be our play here. I don't know why exactly we're keeping one there, but it scares me to not keep one there, I guess. And then where's the best lane for Cosmo? Probably right, I would imagine. Could be wrong, but we'll see. But nice free snap there. Opponent's going to be in a whole mess of trouble. We'll see. I don't know, man. This seems so hard for our opponent to deal with. I don't even know what the heck they think about doing. Probably just a lot of panic, I would imagine. Especially because the Bar Sinister is over on the left, because they could have something like Grandmaster, which could cause us some issues. But I think that we're going to be okay here. So we see all of our Rocket Raccoon and Groot move out. We see the Cosmo come down right. Hopefully we made the right choice there, going right with the Cosmo. We see a Captain Carter come down, take a nice little shot. Soak it up. Let's see what they go middle. See a Prodigy, doesn't do anything. It's shot though, twice for its trouble. We see a Silver Surfer come down middle. Gonna win middle, but not have enough on the right by a shocking amount, to be honest with you. Actually, it's not enough middle anyway. Get destroyed, I'm afraid. All right. Yeah, it would have been fine. Would have been fine with Iski either way. Yeah, GG's highs. Very nicely done with the Mount Vesuvius. Way to find the extra cubes there. GG's to our opponent. GG's. All right, Chad. Thanks for hanging out today. Sorry for the slightly shorter stream. We're going to send you all over to Obehaved. I have my video game thing that I have to do today. Don't play Guild Run. It will ruin your life. It's very, very good, but I got a bit addicted to it. And I had to uninstall it. It's the first time I've had to uninstall a game in a really long time. But have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you tomorrow and the next day for some more streams. Take care, y'all. See you.